So last time we have seen the advice given by the Divine Mother to Ashwapati. A voice absolute and wise. It is with that absoluteness and wisdom she told him something. But the yogi, he would dismiss it. He is not going to go by what she has advised him to do. I will say, this is one of the finest yogic movements in Savitri. That the Divine is telling you something and you are telling back to him, sorry, I am not going to go by you. This happens only in Savitri.
It happens every day, everywhere.
This happens only in Savitri. It does not happen anywhere else. Yeah. It does not happen anywhere else at all. You see, we will meekly, humbly, very politely say, all right, let me go by what you are telling and all that thing. But this man has something of his own and he is going to say, let me put forward my case, my argument, and then you decide. I am not simply going to go by what you are telling me. She told him a couple of things, we quickly see them. Adapt of the self-born, unfailing line. Adapt of the self-born, unfailing line. I told you last time, self-born, unfailing line, that is the line of the avatars. And you are adept of what the avatars do. You are an expert, you are a professional, you know everything about the way things happen. Self-born, that is what makes it an avatar. Self-born, unfailing line. Live not the life to die, the ages go. Now, live not the life to die. That is a deep, awkward statement. The divine life comes here, stays here for some time, and when it becomes weak, it becomes feeble, it even disappears. As if a new avatar has to come and again bring another light, you see. To die, the age is born. In fact, that is what the Gita says. Whenever there is a decline of the Dharma means the divine light, the divine way of doing things, whenever the decline of the Dharma, I come here from age to age. That is the work of the avatar. I come from age to age. Now, he is talking in the Gita about the decline of the light. Glani bhavati, glani, declining, meaning becoming feeble, smaller, see. I come again and again and again to kind of rekindle the light which has already come here. So that happens. She is aware of it. You are not the light to die. You are there belonging to the self-born, unfailing line. And your job is to see that the light is carried forward. It does not become weak. It does not become feeble, you see. Leave not the light to die, the age is born. Well, that is the work of the avatar. Dharma, as the Gita says, the word used there is dharma. But dharma has to be understood in the sense of the right principles of truth in operation in the cosmic dynamics. That is the dharma. The principle of the truth operating in the cosmic dynamics, that is the dharma. So why there is a decline of the dharma? Because the forces of unconscious are there. They are there to swallow, to destroy whatever progress is made there. They are not going to keep quiet. And therefore there is a decline. And therefore there is a kind of a repetition of avatar. He has to come again and again from age to age, yuge. He has to keep on coming. And therefore the work has to be carried forward. Now, of course, in the Gita, that is not the only function of the avatar. That the light which is born by the ages is carried forward without it getting quenched. That is not the only way. It is not only to sustain dharma, but also to bring out new dimensions of dharma in the manifestation, new possibilities of manifestation, to introduce them into cosmic dynamics. That is also a part of the avatar. He works for that also, you see. The avatar comes, he brings in the process of evolution one layer, another avatar comes, another layer, third avatar comes, third layer. Like that, he keeps on building up gradually more and more layers of the spirit's possibilities in this consciousness here. So he is carrying forward the evolution also. He not only stop the decline, but also push the evolution forward. So double work is there. So leave not the light to die, the ages go. Held still, humanity is blind and suffering life. Obey thy spirit's white, omnipotent urge. Well, that is a very wise advice in a certain sense, because he is an adept of self-born line. He is an adept. And then she says, ascend to thy high self, create, endure. High self, well, he has already attained such a high position already, and she is still demanding him, climb up, you see. Create, endure. The mother has put on Shivandu's Samadhi, who struggled for us, who endured for us. All the problems which he had taken, you see, endured for us. She is not of knowledge, let thy toil be past. No more in earthly limits than thy force. You like we have seen last time also. No more in earthly limits than thy force. Equal. See, because she is saying no more in earthly limits, therefore equal. Make it greater than that. Equal thy work with long, unending time. Now, this is the thing on which she is constantly harping. She is constantly harping, insisting that, look, Ashapati, you are impatient. You are in a hurry. You need not be in a hurry. Let time keep on doing its own work. Time is meant to be there for carrying out its own work. Let it go on. You help in your own way. Add to the merit of time's work by your sadhana, by your tapasya, by your yoga, by bringing more and more powers to the spirit in this creation. Let time progress with that, you see. So in a word, it is not your business to do anything, so to say. It is the business of time. Whatever has to be achieved will be achieved by time. In the course of time, things will happen and they will be impatient about them. My life shall be, and then she assures him, absolutely, my life shall be in thee, my strength, thy whole. What else you want? My Prakash is there with you, my Shakti is there with you, my light, my strength is there with you. What else you want? My life shall be in thee. Now, actually, this yogi already had her life in him, already had her strength in him. By his yoga sadhana, by his yoga tapasya, He has house in him, the light of the divine. He has already established in him the strength of the divine. It's already there. Then what is she saying? My life shall be, with Krishna self. It is already there. It will be there, it is there, shall is there in the context of the work which will be done by time. In the context of the work which is done by time. My light, my strength will be there to help through you the work of time. Now, she also says, John, see this is an interesting phrase, we missed last time this also, measure for man by the initiate gods. She is talking about the initiate, tower upon the bare eternal heights, tread still the difficult and graceless path. John cycles with its austere curve measure for man by the initiate gods. The curve is a very difficult kind of a curve, precipitous curve, winding up slowly, but it is measured for man by the initiate. Who are the initiate gods? Who are the? Tell me.
No, I want to ask you. Who are
Initiate God. She uses the word initiate God. Gods who are proficient, who are skilled, who are powerful enough to do certain things. She is talking about the absolutely transcendental gods. The Supreme God. The transcendental Indra, Agni, Vayu, Varuna, Mitra, Bhaga, Surya, Savitra. She is talking about those great gods who are really Agni. He is one of the great gods. He is the initiate. He knows it. What is all this power? Indra knows this thing. They are the initiate gods. Mitra, Bhaga, Aruna, Varuna, Savitra, Indra, Agni. They are the great God. Mitra, Purya. They are the initiate God. Measure for man. They are doing the work. They are the guardians of light in this creation. What Shivananda says in the Secret of the Veda, these gods are the guardians of light in this creation. They are the initiate God. They know what is work of here. They are proficient in their work. My life shall be in thee, my strength thy fold. Let not the impatient Titan drive thy heart. She feels that he is too impatient. He is in terrible hurry to get things done. Why she is saying that? Because to bring down the higher power, the divine power, there has to be some kind of a capacity here to bear his force, his strength, his power. Otherwise things will get crushed, will collapse, will get destroyed also. And therefore, impatient Titan, drive thy heart. Now the question is, this yogi who has such great achievements, who has such wonderful discernment of things, he knows what is right, what is wrong, what should be done, what is not to be done, then will he be driven by the impatient Titan? Will he be driven by the impatient? Why she is calling that, look Ashwapati, we are becoming too impatient with a kind of a titanic will to achieve things. But it is not so. It only means that he is too impatient. He is in a terrible hurry. He does not know the consequences of a premature descent. That is the absoluteness and the wisdom of her voice. Ask not the imperfect food, the partial price, we got it saw last time. Only one boon to greaten thy spirit demand. Only one joy to create a kind desire. About blind fate and the antagonist powers, knowledge there stands a high unchanging will, the divine will, the divine sankalpa, the divine plan, the divine design of getting things done. Nowhere stands a high unchanging will. To its omnipotence, live thy words preserve. If your surrender is complete, accept that and let that high omnipotent will, high unchanging will do whatever is got to be done. All things shall change in God's transfiguring hour. Such is the assurance. If you do that thing, you don't have to worry. In other words, in whatever manner you can have time to let time do its work, you help time, and leave the rest to the high unchanging will. All things shall change. The guarantee is that if you leave it to the high unchanging will, the surety is that, the assurance is that everything will change in God's transfiguring hour. God's transfiguring hour. But this madam is not telling when is this transfiguring hour going to arrive. She is leaving it to time's whims and fancies and methods and measures and all that. She has not told him, look, here is the times, the transfiguring hour now, God's transfiguring hour. She has not specified that thing. She has left it for time to work out its own modus operandi and have things done. She has not told him specifically transfiguring hour, when it is going to arrive. Of course, Ashwapati does not remain happy with that. You are telling tomorrow you will get great dinner, so what? I wanted something today. I want something now to happen. The moment has come. Time has already come, in my opinion. This is his insistence. Now, that is the kind of a unique argument which we will find only in Savitri. She has advised him, she wanted him to let time do all those things, etc., etc. But this man is not going to accept that thing at all. In fact, what has she advised him? What has she really offered him to Ashwapati? She simply says, okay, keep on doing your work, help as much as possible. This creation is there, do your job, my strength is there, my life is there, keep on doing your job. What has she really offered to him? Really nothing. So far. It is so argument to say.
Which says, my life shall be in thee, my strength shall be. That she offered. 89.64. That she offered to him.
Yeah.
This one. Yes, my life, my strength, that this will be.
That's the only thing she has given.
Yeah, that she has given.
That she has given. My life will be there, my face will be there, that she has given.
Conditional. If she left to work with the law and everything done.
If he is patient, he gets that.
Yeah, but she says, you do your work, my life, my force are there. In fact, they are already there and they are working also. So, my life, as if she is not aware that this man is already possessing her life and her strength.
She is comfortable.
This yogi, I mean, what more she is going to give? She has not really offered anything to him.
But I don't remember that in the beginning of this chapter, Ashwapati was complaining. He was not complaining. Why she is telling him? He was so happy to. He was not impatient. I don't remember.
Where from this impatience coming? Because why she has appeared at all in front of him?
Yeah, so he was happy.
No, because they are meeting, that is understood. He has come here, she has approached her. She has approached her with a certain purpose. She has kind of discerned what he wants.
She guessed.
Yes. Yeah. In the beginning she had discerned.
She has a good intuition.
And therefore, in voice absolute and wise, voice absolute and wise. She is speaking right, see. So she has not really offered so far anything to him. Yes, ma'am. August and sweet sang hushed that mighty voice. Yes, it was a mighty voice. It was august also. But I don't know whether it was very sweet. It was really very sweet, you see. Because she has not really offered something which will satisfy him, make him happy. Yes, it's a very beautiful voice, august voice and all that. Sang hushed that mighty voice. Nothing now moved in the vast and growing space. A stillness came upon the listening world. A mute immensity of eternity. So what is the quality of the stillness? Mute immensity of eternity. That is stillness. Came upon the listening world, those who are able to hear her voice. They see a mute immensity of the eternal peace, Shanti, Brahma Shanti, eternal Shanti. It is that which is not filling with the Holy Spirit. And whatever is going to be spoken, will be spoken in that Brahma Shanti, eternal peace, eternal peace. And therefore we have here, but, that is the most important word.
In most languages, every time the but is the most important thing.
In fact, later on we have seen also, but Ashwapati replied, but this happened, but you see, but. In other words, all that she was talking is not acceptable. There is going to be a counter argument. There is going to be another proposal. The divine has made certain proposal. This man, this yogi, he will make another proposal. Yes, what you are saying is this, but also listen to me. I would like to do this. I would like you to do this. But a cry, the silence of the vast, the eternal space, a cry, this cry, the urge, the longing, the yearning of the earth's soul, the anguish, the desire of your soul. It is that which is now crying. It is the cry Ashwapati was carrying with him, the voice of desire. It is the cry of that word which is not being heard here. A cry amid silence to the world. And he straightway says, yes, you are telling me all right, Madam, okay, but how shall I rest content with mortal days? I cannot. How shall I rest content with mortal days and the dull measure of terrestrial things? I, who have seen behind the cosmic mark, the glory and the beauty of thy face. Because I have seen behind all this creation, your presence, your faith, how can I remain silent? How can I remain content at all? See, how can I remain content at all? The glory and the beauty of thy faith. The glory is for the triumphant march of the spirit's possibilities in this creation. That is the glory of her faith. The march of her presence and triumph in this cosmic creation. That is the glory which he sees behind it. The beauty, all the ugliness, all that is not acceptable, all that is not in the context of the divine proportion, that has to go away, that beauty. That is what I have seen already. You are there behind everything. And how I can remain content? You want me to remain silent? I am sorry, I cannot. How shall I rest content? Hard the doom to be the wine, the sun.
He's right.
So the entire blame is on her. She is binding you to the doom. And yet you are behind this thing. Your glory is there, your beauty is there, and still you are binding this creature, this man, to do. Hard is the doom to which thou bind the sons, thy son, this creation, this mortal. Thy sons, the mortal. Yeah. Thy sons. So don't say, why not bind thy sons and daughters? Don't say hard is the doom. This is a monosyllabic line. Absolutely not. Hard is the doom to weigh the wine, the sun. It's a very forceful line. Monosyllabic, very forceful line. You see, the entire onus is on her. You are binding us to doom. You are binding us to death. You are binding us to falsehood.
Your creation, you.
So it is you who must do something. It is you who must do something, not me. Heart is the doom. Heart is, that is cocky. The doom I am, to which spirit thou binds I am, the sun, again I am. So that's the rhythm. Hard is the doom to which thou binds the sun. How long shall our spirits battle with the night? That's a very dramatic kind of statement. Very rhetoric force is there. How long shall our spirits battle with the night? How long? How long? As long as you want to remain in ignorance. You will keep on battling with the night as long as you want to remain in ignorance. You have to come out of the ignorance. Then the battle is over. You are in ignorance. How long shall the spirits battle with the night and bear defeat and the brute yoke of death? We who are vessels with deathless soul and builders the Godhead of the grave.
In one. In one.
So the whole onus is on her. How long shall the spirits? The onus, and you want time to let do time's work in its own manner. How long?
Another few ages.
How long? Yeah. Our spirits battle with the night and bear defeat and the brute yoke of death. We were vessels of a deathless foes and builders. Well, Ashwapati is too generous. He says, we, how many of us really we who are vessels of deathless foes, how many of us are really in the vessels of deathless foes? How many of us have really done any yoga, any sadhana at all to play in this thing? But we who are vessels, that we stands for the unfailing line, self-born unfailing line. And builders of the Godhead there is that self-born unfailing line. They are the builders of the Godhead of the race. step by step they are building up the ladder. Or if it is diverse, I do below, amid the error and waste of human life, in the vague light of man's half-conscious mind, why breaks not in some distant gleam of thee? Why not some divine light come here? Yes, we are living in the mental consciousness, half-conscious mind. We are mental beings, all right. In the vague light, that is of course the vague light of man, you see, mind. Why in the mental knowledge some inspiration, some revelation, some intuition flash through and taking forward? Why breaks not in some distant gleam of the, it is not happening. Ever the centuries and millenniums pass. Well, it has been happening since the arrival of the mental being is more than centuries and millennium. Since the arrival of the mental being, this is what is happening all along. How long? There into greyness is thy coming today. Greyness because of the mental light. Half light, half dark. Is thy coming today. Very is the thunder, other victory is the wind. Very is the eagle flying over the mountains. The speed of conquest, the speed of triumph. Victory is the wind. That is eagle of Zeus on the Mount Olympus, like carrying him. Mighty wings. Only we hear the feet of passing gods. Silently they come and go. But I want to see the thunder of wings coming, passing here. Very effective, very effective, very effective. A plan in the occult, eternal mind, mapped out to backward and prophetic sight. The alien geography, the change, surround, the cycles, all repeat and ever aspire, keeps on happening. A plan, the occult, eternal mind. In the secret mind or the eternal occult, there is a plan which has seen from behind everything, from the inconscient depths. A kind of a prophetic sight is there, which is seeing things future. And it is that plan which is keep on repeating again and again. The eons repeat, the change, the surround, the cycles, all reveal and ever aspire, keeps on happening. A plan with the occult eternal mind is a very significant place, you see. In the depths of this occult mind, in the inconscience, there is a kind of a map, there is a kind of a plan of prophetic sight looking forward. But in spite of that, things are repeating again and again in the same manner. All we have done is ever still to do. We are not really achieving anything at all. We are not really achieving anything at all. All we have done is ever still to do. All breaks and all renews and is the same. It's on repeating again. All we have done is ever still to do. See, these single line sentences, they really bring a kind of force in the argument. It's a very rhetorical kind of speech, very powerful, you see. Rebutting what she was telling all along, you see. All you have done is ever still to do. All breaks and all renew and is the same. Huge evolutions of lies, a fruitless gyre. The newborn ages perish like the old. As if the Sadhika kept its right till all is done for which this scene was made. So, there is a kind of a purpose behind this repetition, that whatever has got to be done must be got done, till then it will keep on happening. As if the sad enigma kept its right. It wants, that enigma wants that all must be got done. Until then, it will keep on posing the problem, the difficulties, you see. That is fruitless gyre, repetition. As if the sad enigma kept its right till all is done for which this scene was made. This whole creation was as if made for that purpose. Too little the strength that now with us is born. Too faint the light that still to nature's lips. To scan the joy with which she buys our pain. Yes, she does give some joy. Yes, she does give some prizes. But it is with them she is carrying on too little the strength, too faint the light, too scant the joy. Now, of course, grammatically, fully, too little the strength that now with us is born. You see, in this sentence there is no word. Too faint the light, too scant the joy. We don't have word in these phrases, but it is understood. The word is supplied by the subsidiary clause. Too little the strength that now with us is born. Too faint the light that still so nature's too scant the joy. So that is the poetic art. You see, if you supply too little the strength, too faint the light, too scant the joy, the poet is gone. The force is gone. He has kept that word aside. It is understood. That is the rhetorical part of the poetry. Too little the strength that now is with her, too faint the light that still to nature's love, too faint the joy with which she buys our pain. She? Nature. She gives us few lollipops, but but otherwise it is all toil and struggle and suffering to buy our pain in a brute world that knows not its own sense. That is a commentary about this word of ours. In a brute world that knows not its own strength, thought racked upon the wheel of birth will give. The instruments of an impulse not our own. In instruments, rack. We, the instruments. The instruments of an impulse not our own, moved to achieve with our heart's blood for pride, half knowledge, half creations, that soon tire. Well, that is the characterization of the mental being's work. That is what the mental being is. Thought rack. This is thought. Mental being. foiled immortal soul in perishing limbs, baffled and beaten, that we labor still, and null, frustrated, spent, we still survive. Foiled immortal soul in perishing limbs. Well, this is the present state of the body, of the physical. It disappears tomorrow. That is what the Gita says. Jirnani vastrani. Our physical body is a worn out cloth. And you have to discard the worn out cloth periodically. Body has nothing to do. Body becomes a worn out cloth. Jirna, worn out cloth. Vastra, cloth. The Isha Upanishad says, Bhasmantam Shariram. Ultimately, what happens to the body? What happens to the body ultimately? It becomes ash. Bhasma, ash. Ultimately, the body becomes ash. You cremate and the body becomes ash finally. All the elements get dispersed and what remains is only the ash. Foiled immortal soul, well, that is what will happen here along. Baffled and beaten, that we live still, annulled, frustrated, spent, we still survive. Is that going to be the ultimate fate of the physical? That is the question he is posing. Will it be finally a worn out cloth to be thrown away and another robe to be put on? What happens to this body itself? Is there any future for this body? Is there any possibility for this body at all? Is it going to be finally consumed with fire and turned into ash? Bhasmantam Shariram. Is that going to be the ultimate aim of this body? In anguish, we labor that from us may rise a larger seeing man with nobler heart, a golden vessel of the incarnate truth, golden vessel of the incarnate truth. He will possess the incarnate truth. He will carry the incarnate truth. It will live in him. In anguish we labor that from us may rise, that is our desire, our longing, our wish, our effort also. A larger seeing man. Larger seeing, we are not having that large seeing. Our seeing is limited by mind. We are mental beings. We are confined to the world of mind alone. A larger seeing man with nobler heart. So our heart is not sufficiently noble really. We are not sufficiently right. A golden vessel of the incarnate truth. Golden vessel. Hiranya Deha. Golden Hiranya. Vessel. Patra. Hiranya Patra. Vessel is Patra. Hiranya Patra. Or incarnate. It is that golden vessel which will hold the truth, which will take birth in this body, you see, in the physical. In anguish we labor. That is our desire, that is our longing, that is our aspiration. That is how the yogic tapasya is for. That a golden vessel for the incarnate truth may be established in it. That is the endeavor of tapasya, of yoga. The executor of the divine attempt, equipped to wear the earthly body, of God. So he is insisting again on that body, communicant and prophet and lover and king. That is the majesty he wants for the new man, and prophet and lover and king. So So this is the digitalism. This is what should happen. Digitalism. The desire that should happen. In English you later, that farmers may rise in large seaman, but he is not rising. There is something coming as a hindrance, as a block, that is not happening. Equipped to wear the earthly body of God, he does not want heavenly body of God. It is in the physical here that we want. He is not the son of heaven, he has to be the son of earth, possessing that heavenly body. Equipped to bear the earthly body of God, communicant and prophet and lover and king. I know that thy creation cannot pay. Now this yogi is telling to thy mother, whatever you have created, how can it pay? Yes, there are difficulties, there are problems, all those things are there, but certainly because it is your creation, it cannot pay. He is trying to please her, look, do something now. I know that thy creation cannot pay. For even through the mist of mortal thought, infallible are thy mysterious steps. We are not aware of it. We are, as mental beings, doing things in our own way as if, but something is slipping in, something is unknowingly entering into it, of that we are not aware. Otherwise, how the great things can happen? We think that we have done, science has done all the wonderful things, send rockets into space, go here, go there, internet, all those kind of things are there, they are not happen for nothing. Something has entered into them, consciously or unconsciously. But even to the midst of mortal thought, infallible are thy mysterious steps, and though necessity, down the card of chance, as if by chance has happened, but by force of event, by the force of Prakriti, things have to happen. Hidden in the blind shifts of fate, she keeps the slow, calm logic of infinity's peace. Necessity down the guard of chance, hidden in the blind shifts of fate, she, who is she? I will say fate. Hidden in the blind shifts of fate, fate keeps the slow, calm logic of infinity's peace. She fate. Hidden in the blind shifts of fate, fate keeps the slow logic. It is fate which is slowly working out things.
Why she?
She.
Why she? Feminine.
Yeah, fate is she. F capital also.
Fate is feminine.
Yes, what is she?
Destiny.
No, this is not destiny. No, it's not destiny. It is not destiny.
Fate is masculine.
They are saying in the book of yoga, fate.
Sorry?
They are saying fate as the feminine
Yeah.
in yoga. Fate followed her unforeseen road. Fate followed her unforeseen road. Fate followed her unforeseen. Fate followed her foreseen road. Fate followed her. Her for whom? Her is Savitri or fate? 114.1. Fate followed her foreseen immutable road. What do you write there?
Ananke.
Well, Ananki is it will come later on, but in the first line itself, fate. No, fate followed
Her fortune.
fate followed her foreseen immutable road.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is Savitri, so.
Now, fate here is
Fate and love.
who is molding the course of events. Her can be for Savitri, her can be for fate. Forcing by whom? Now again, you see, it can be Narad who is forcing the road, it can be fate herself who is forcing the events to follow, it can be Savitri who is forcing the thing. Forcing a mutable road. Yes, fate is definitely going to follow the mutable road. There is no question about that. There are other couple of instances where fate is distinctly feminine. See, here at the most, what do we say, hidden in the blind shifts of fate, shifts, changes, positioning, poison, you see. Fate, she gives, she could mean at the most necessity. I don't think I will link she with necessity, because this is a kind of a subsidiary clause. Grammatically, you may not be able to link directly she with necessity. And hidden, you see, suppose this line is this sentence and hidden with the line shifts of fate she keeps.
Yeah, hidden is the necessity. Hidden. The necessity hidden. The necessity is hidden and
hidden from the shifts of fate, hidden blind shifts of fate, they are hiding it.
Who is hidden? The necessity.
The destiny, the fate. She keeps the slow, calm logic.
No.
Hidden in the blind shifts of fate,
And the fate hidden and the shift of the fate.
she hidden the infinity space. It is infinity space which is hidden. The calm, slow logic is hidden, and here and the inviolate sequence of its will. Its infinity. I will link it up with infinity. Hidden the blind shifts of fate. All these changes, positions, shifts of fate. She keeps, fate, I will say fate. It's because you can as well ignore this clause grammatically. Grammatically, the sentence, infallible, time, mysterious, and hidden the blind shifts of fate she keeps. All life is fixed in an ascending scale, and adamantine is an evolving law. It must follow that law, adamantine formula. In the beginning, it is prepared, the close. The strange, irrational product of a man. The strange, irrational product of a man. Of the man. Yeah. This compromise between the beast and God is not the crown of thy miraculous world. He is not the final, he is not the last, he is not the crown, because there is a long aim already prepared. There is the adamantine law of evolution, which is not going to stop with man. Evolution is not going to stop with man. The strange irrational product of man cannot be the final objective of evolution. This compromise, well, at the moment, we accept it for a certain purpose, with all the difficulties and problems. This compromise between the beast and God is not the crown of thy miraculous word. Why is the miraculous word of us? Because out of a mad this has happened. You see, that is a miracle. Out of a mad this has happened. So it's a kind of a miracle. The strange, irrational product of the mad, strange, miracle. I know they shall inform the inconscient selves at one with nature, and height with heaven. So he's now talking to the body. Body is not only to be consumed to fire in the end. Bhasmantam is not that. I know they shall inform the inconscient saying, at one with nature and height with heaven. A spirit vast as a containing sky and swept with ecstasy from invisible bounds. A God come down and greater by the fall. Greater by the fall. Well, when he comes down, definitely it is a fall for God. Because he is accepting the condition of this creature born of Maya. But out of that, the inconscient cells can house in them the fire of heaven, the glory of heaven. The inconscient cells can house in them the spirit's contents. That is the glory. And therefore God, who got stuck with him by coming down here and falling into this Maya, can become greater. Otherwise he remains stuck there. If physical has to change, then it is a greater glory. A power arose out of my slumberous cell. Slumber. My physical cell in the consciousness of light, luminosity, sleep, pradnya, the divine consciousness itself. It is out of my body's sleep. A power arose out of it. Sleep is the pradnya consciousness. The seed, the causal state of thing. The power arose out of my slumberous cell. The physical self has opened out in the physical, abandoning the tardy limp of ours and the inconstant blink of mortal sight. There the thinker sleeps in too much light, an intolerant flame below all-witnessing eye, hearing the word of faith and silence's harm. In the endless moment of eternity, it saw from timelessness to works of time. From timelessness to works of time, abandoning the tardy limp of the hours, and in constant blink of the mortal sight, they are gone. There where the thinker sleeps in too much night, and the intolerant flames the word here. In the intolerant flame, the lone all-witnessing eye. So who is flaming? The all-witnessing eye. It is the all-witnessing eye which is flaming. And in intolerant flames, the lone all-witnessing eye. This eye is in the context of mortal sight, in the context of light, and the intolerant flame. So the eye is flamed out, you see. Hearing, but at the same time, how does it flame out? When does it flame out? When it hears the word of faith. When the eye hears, when the eye hears the word of faith, then it flames out. So the eye hearing also, see, flames out from silence's heart in the endless moment of eternity. It is there he is hearing, that eye. He saw it, that eye. From the timelessness, the worlds of time. So the eye from above is seeing what is going to happen in time. And you are telling me about time, but the eye has already seen from the timelessness position what time will happen. It's a very powerful sentence, you see. Very complex also. Abandoning the tardy limp of the hour and in constant blink of mortal sight. So our eyes keep on blinking all the while, you see. So it is
Who is it?
Huh?
It is so. Who is it?
It? There where the thinkers lives in too much light and intolerant place, alone, all witnessing I, alone, all witnessing I. It is seeing everything that I. Yeah. It is a capital I.
It's a witness.
It is a capital I.
The witness. It is the witness, no?
Well, all witness, it is seeing everything. It is not participating, it means.
Yeah, but it's
Directly.
the witness.
Yeah, but he sees thing what is going to happen in future time. Words of time, he sees from timelessness.
But is that Purusha?
But that will come.
The witness is to Purusha.
Yeah, well, no, witnessing I, well, I cannot be witness. Witness Purusha is certainly there, but it is not in that sense here. It is I which is playing out. It is I which is playing out. It is seeing everything, all that is happening here, it is seeing. Therefore, it's not only witnessing. It's not only Purusha silently with there. It saw from timelessness the world. See again, all the words, all these things are connected with I. Sight, then light,
Hearing.
and pardon? And hearing and seeing of words of
Why
time.
is it past tense? And why doesn't he say it seems?
It saw, maybe already seen, it is going to happen.
But why is it?
Akshapati has already seen, now is telling her that look, that I, the future possibilities are already seen in the course of time.
But it is continually seen.
No, he said it saw, it has already seen. So what are you talking to me about time? He said, what's that? You are telling me let time do things and all that thing. But somebody who is there has already seen what is going to happen in the course of time. So this lady is not aware of those things happening, you see.
That's what he implies.
It saw from timelessness the works of time. Overpassed with the little formulas of the mind, obviously. Because it is seeing from that higher. Overpowered the obstacles of mortal space, the unfolding image showed the things to come. The unfolding image showed image. You see again, image, all these iconic figures are there of eye, seeing, sight. They are all connected with eye. This is a very good illustration of iconopoeia, of image formation. Complete. Image show the things to come. So they are already saying that I have already seen what is going to happen in the course of time. It has already happened up there. What I want now is that should happen here. It has already happened there. In the transcendent, in the opposite luminous, things have already taken place there. There is no question of things. What is now required is that should happen here. It should precipitate down here in this mortal creation. The unfolding image, so that is the unfolding, you see. Yes, this is all Ashwati has seen, but this lady is not aware of it, this man. See, overpass with the hidden formulas, the mind, overpower the obstacles of mortal space, the unfolding image show the things to come. It's going to happen, and what is going to happen here? How? A giant dance Shiva told the past. Each unfolding image has to bring out the things which must come. The past must be torn off first.
What?
Past must be torn off, removed.
Come, that you pass to the
Past must be removed, torn.
Once they do it,
To the past. A giant, who is going to do that thing? Shiva. A giant dance of Shiva to the past. It seems that she was not present during the Second World War. She was not present, she was sleeping in her consciousness during the Second World War. All this thing happened during the Second World War, the Holocaust, the Titanic forces, the whole forces surging up and putting everything at ransom. And then it is the dance of Shiva which tore off the past. In fact, in that sense, Second World War is perhaps the most significant event in the evolutionary history. In the evolutionary history. All the dark forces which are surged up and ready to destroy the entire creation, put back the clock by 50,000 years. Sri Aurobindo says, had the law of nations succeeded in its attempt, the clock of civilization would have been pushed back for 50,000 years. But then, here was the Shiva force, which removed everything, destroyed. The atom bomb was really the instrument of Shiva. It was the dance of Shiva. Atom bomb. A giant dance of Shiva tore the past, everything gone, completely consumed, burned to ashes. What are Hiroshima and Nagasaki? The entire past has gone away in the flame, you see. And therefore he says, there was a thunder as of worlds that fall. Really, that only the yogi could hear. In 1942, you could see all that he was active. So I think she is oblivious of what was happening in 1942. A giant dance of Shiva to the past. There was a thunder as of worlds that fall, saying, earth overrun with fire and the roar of death overrun with fire, atomic fire. And roar of death, Paris shall be destroyed, Paris shall be destroyed. That was the dance of Kali. That was the dance of Kali. Clamoring to slay all his hunger had made. His hunger, Shiva's hunger had made. There was a clangor of destruction's wing. The titan battle cry was in my ears. The children of Wotan, that is the poem by Sri Aurobindo. The children of Wotan, W-O-T-A-N. See? Yes. Clamoring to slay was hunger at me. There was a clangor of destruction. The titan battle cry was in my Apus, Ashwapati ear, my ear. Alarm and rumor shook the armored night. The night was already protected by herself. No, the dance of Shiva was more powerful and it shook up the night herself. Tearing the past, unless the past is torn, as a result of this tearing the past, what does Ashwapati say? I saw the omnipotence flaming pioneer. So out of these ashes has risen a new creation. Flaming pioneers. I saw the omnipotent because of this power which is there, which can stand the battle cry. I saw the omnipotent flaming pioneers over the heavenly world which turns towards life. Beautiful, absolutely. Come carrying down the endless stairs of birth, that ready to enter now into the mortal world. into the mortal world. They are ready for divine, all these things. Forerunners of a divine multitude, forerunners of a divine multitude. The new collectivity, the Gnostic race, the new race, divine multitude. Forerunners of a divine multitude. Forerunner, of course, they are the pioneers. Divine multitude. Divyam Janam. In the Rigveda, the divine multitude, there is a phrase divine multitude, they always sing divine multitude. Divyam Janam, Divyam divine, Janam multitude, people, public. Forerunners of a divine multitude, out of the past, the morning star, they came into the little room of mortal life. He says, I have already seen them coming down here. So that is the job waiting for you to do. And you are saying, let time do things. Sorry. These people have already come down into the domain of mortal life. They have to be brought down. It is your job now. So your task is there and you can't shirk away from that task. Whatever had got to be done has been done. Your task is now to let them come down and establish themselves here. So rather he is giving her a task now. Yes. Yeah, he is giving her a task now.
Why? Morning star.
Morning star.
Minutes.
That's the early beginning of new creation. New creation, early beginning. Morning. Venus.
Minutes.
Well, that is the normal meaning, but here metaphorically morning star would mean the new beginning.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah.
Now,
Who are this pioneer?
He's going to describe them.
Who?
He's going to describe them.
Who are?
I saw. Yeah. He will describe it. He is going to describe them. Over the heavenly world, it turns towards life, the mortal life. Come crowding down the endless stairs of birth. They are waiting to take mortal birth. Endless stairs of birth. Forerunners of a divine multitude, of Divyam Ganam. These are the pioneers. Who are the pioneers? Divyam Ganam, divine multitude. Out of the past, the morning star, they came, these pioneers, into the little room of mortal life. I saw them, yes.
you said this ascent on second war in Europe in 1942,
Which one? This is around 1942.
which is interesting.
It
You
is.
mentioned this specific
Yeah.
in the middle of this.
This is around 1942. This whole canto was around that time. At least the major draft was there already. I saw she was done. So Shrivendu was not simply sitting in the room there quietly. He was very, very active on the cosmic plane, in the spiritual planes and all that thing. Very active. In fact, the entire course of events took a different turn the moment he saw that Paris had succumbed to the Hitler forces.
They did not.
Huh?
Paris was not.
Had succumbed to Hitler's forces. When Hitler's forces drove through Paris, then Shrivendu did not keep quiet. He took active interest. Then Dunkirk came and all the things happened afterwards. 1941
1941.
or 1940-41, yeah,
Yes, 41.
about that time. And the mother saw Kali making a naked dance in Paris. Paris should be destroyed. She was saying, shouting, Paris should be destroyed. Paris should be destroyed. Mother had to stop her.
So this war was a chilling of the past.
Yes,
It was necessary.
yes, yes.
Clear.
That is why Shiva's dance of destruction
Yeah.
past.
In our studio, we have another thing. It's not as big, but it's also clean.
But this is a very tremendous event. I told you in the evolutionary history, I don't think there is any parallel like that anywhere. World War II. And you can see immediately after World War II the kind of changes which have taken place in our own world. The rapid growth of science, technology, movement, everything is completely changed. You see, completely changed. You see. From the ashes of World War II arose a new creation. Ashes of World War II arose a new creation. I saw them, those pioneers, flaming pioneers. I saw them cross the twilight of an age. This is the twilight of an age. Transition from one age to the other. And who are they? I saw them cross the twilight of an age. The Sanai children of a marvelous dawn. Some of them are Sanai. Then the great creators with wide brows of calm. The massive barrier breakers of the world, and restless with destiny in her lists of will, in her arena of fighting, wrestling, in her list arena of fighting, wrestling ground, the massive barrier breakers of the world, and restless with destiny in her destiny, list of will. The laborers and the quarries of the gods, so they are working in the quarries of the gods of this plain pioneer. The messengers are the incommunicable, the architects of immortality. Architects of immortality. So what do you see in this plain pioneer? Who are these plain pioneers? Sanai children, great creators, barrier breakers, wrestlers, laborers, messengers, architects. They are the flying pioneers. Ashapati is.
They are gods.
They are the flying pioneers.
Yeah, but they are gods. They are not human. He's all them.
Yeah, he's all them already. And the architects you have already seen. See, it does not happen without this kind of a thing. Matra Mandir coming up like that.
We are part of them in principle.
Architects of immortality. You say architects of immortality. You have to understand here one important thing. He is talking about Sanai children, alright, great creators, barrier breakers, wrestlers, laborers, messengers, architects.
Yes.
You don't have philosophers, you don't have scientists, you don't have poets, you don't have poets, you see. They are the people who are working here at the battle, see.
Put the feet in the mud.
We don't have any philosopher here, no scientists up there, see.
No philosophers, no scientists.
So he has given a list of divine attitude.
Psychic.
Yes, who are working, who are busy with the new architects of immortality. Philosophy don't build immortality. You see. And into the fallen human sphere, they came, those into the fallen human, because they are taking the birth now here in immortal. Places that both the immortal's glory still. So although they have fallen here, they are still wearing the glory of the immortal. Voices that commune still with the thoughts of God. They are not lost contact with them. Bodies made beautiful by the Spirit's light. Now this is important. Bodies made beautiful by the Spirit's light. Carrying the magic word, the mystic fire, carrying the Dionysian cup of joy, approaching eyes of a diviner man, lips chanting an unknown anthem of the soul, feet echoing in the corridors of time. So they have stepped into the time already, into the corridors of time that there. And then again he elaborates for the high priest of wisdom, sweetness, might, and bliss. So they were laborers, all those things. Now come here, high priest of wisdom, sweetness, might, bliss. Discoverers of beauty, sunlit way, and swimmers of love, laughing fiery flood. Swimmers of love, laughing fiery flood. See the alliteration of L, fiery floods. And swimmers of love's laughing fiery flood. And dancers within rapture's golden dawn, their trade one day shall change the suffering earth and justify the light on nature's field.
So one day. He said one day. Please.
Yeah. He has to say one day.
One day.
He has to say one day.
Yeah.
Because he wants her to come down and do things.
One day.
Unless you oblige to do that one day will not arrive. Yeah. One day shall change.
These are the new generation born after the war. Mother mentioned
Yes.
after the war.
Yes.
She said many children born after the war. Part of this, of course, with all this limitation.
All those fate lingers in the high beyond, yes, that destiny is there, one day it will happen, the fate is lingering far beyond, and the work seems vain on which our hearts force us spend. All shall be done for which our pain was born. Yes, fate is there far beyond, but all shall be done for which our pain was born. That is Ashwapati's conviction. And he is conveying that conviction to her. Even as an old man, even as an old man came behind the pit, he is giving an analogy. He is trying to convince her by an analogy, by an example. Even as an old man came behind the pit, after this, after Pranamaya Purusha came mental being, Manomaya Purusha. That is how it came. Even as an old man came behind the pit, this high divine successor surely shall come. Behind man's inefficient mortal pain, behind his vain labor, sweat and blood and tears, he shall know what mortal mind barely does think. He shall do what the heart of the mortal could not dare, obviously. Inheritor the toil of human time, he shall take on him the burden of the gods. So, the burden which are being carried out so far by gods, it is this plain pioneer who will take the burden now. He shall take on him the burden of the gods. All heavenly light shall visit the earth's throne. The might of heaven shall fortify earthly hearts. Earth's day shall touch the superwoman's high. Earth sing, burden into the infinite. Well, this is what is going to happen. Heavy and chained will still the imperfect world. All this is going to happen, but presently what happened? The world still is imperfect and remains unchanged. The splendid youth of time has passed and failed. Splendid youth of time has passed and failed. When did that youth come? Of time. It is failed. Ages ago, when the Vedic rishis, they want to do something of this kind. The Vedic rishis, who were attempting for the gods to come and enter here. The splendid youth of time has passed and failed. Heavy and long are the years our labor count, and still the seeds are formed upon man's soul, and weary is the sick ancient mother's heart, the ancient mother, the one who takes care of this earth's evolution, who is in charge of the earthly evolution. She is weary, she is concerned about that thing. That things are not still happening. All these things are there. Oh, truth defended in thy sacred sun, voice of a mighty musing since shut heaven, voice of a mighty heart, truth, mighty musing shut heaven, on things withdrawn within the luminous dawn. Oh, vision splendor, mother of the universe, creatrix, eternal's artist bride, linger not long, well that is his insistence, linger not long, with thy transmitting hand, press vainly on one golden bar of time. You have been constantly saying, time to take care of, time to take care of, time. Don't simply keep your hand pressed on one bar of time. As if time does not open its heart to God. Yeah. Oh, radiant fountain of the world's delight, world free and unattainable vow. She is unattainable. Oh, bliss forever, there's a deep hid within, while men seek thee outside and never find. Mystery and muse with hieratic tongue, incarnate the white passion of thy faith. So this is the system, incarnate the white passion of thy fold, mission to earth some living form of thee. This is what you want. Send somebody. One moment fill with thy eternity. Let thy infinity in one body live. All knowledge wrap one mind in seas of light. All love drop single in one human heart. Immortal, tilling the earth with mortal feet. All heaven's beauty crowd in earthly limb. Omnipotence girdle with the power of God. Moments and moments of immortal will. Packed with eternal might, one human hour. And with one gesture change all future time. Let a great word be spoken from the high, and one great act unlock the doors of faith. Unlock the doors of faith. Speak out. Give the shun, give the boon. That is the boon was. Let a great word be spoken from the high, and one great act unlock the doors of faith.